What's up guys, it is That Panda Guy. I'm here again with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the updates to the new, raid event, right? They're going to be changing around some of the stuff, which I am looking forward to this. I will also talk about some things that I wish they did implement, right? Because there are some things that I kind of wish have been implemented that haven't, right? Because I do think that there are some kind of bad parts of this update, but I'll kind of get to that when I get to that. Also, shout out to Sigma Rage. You kind of reminded me to do this video because I forgot they even released these patch notes. Okay, let's do this. So we're gonna start off with updates. So the first one is optimizations, basically just saying like they're gonna be fixing up the whole overall event. So the event map and rules are changing. So they're going to be changing how the map looks, I guess. Maybe obviously the size. The rules are different. Added. So they're changing the map size. They're adding contestable level 8 lush sanctums. Like, who the heck names it a lush sanctum? Right? Like, what the heck is that name? That name is just balls. I mean, I'm glad they added it, but they need a new name. What the heck? Just name it ruins again. But it's a level 8 in the middle of the map, which is amazing because I think the biggest issue with no level 8 was it didn't encourage fighting up mid. Like, if you really wanted, just sit on checkpoints. Like, you really don't need to contest with the other team especially if they're a stronger group. Just a better option. Change objective of phase 2 to capturing the level 8. So instead of capturing both level 7s, you capture the level 8. That's pretty nice. Rewards are based on the level 8 capture at the end of phase 2, which I don't really like this much because it sounds like and I think this was a big issue with a lot of people was the reward drop off. And in all fairness, I was on the losing side, right? In G1 and G14, I was on the losing side in both teams, right? So I didn't get my nano or anything. And to be fair, I didn't really care that much, right? Like I don't really fight for the nano. I fight for the fun of it, but I will understand where people are coming from, and it would be nice if you got nano for all that fighting, right? And maybe more, so considering like how much you do put in. So hopefully they at least give you some in phase 1, like, and you don't have to maybe have held a level 7 or something. That's just my kind of thoughts. I mean, I'm not really gonna like make a big fuss about this because it's not something that kills me. Even if I don't get the level 8, I'm not gonna die over. Like I generally don't care about that, and I know like some people are gonna hate me for that, but I generally don't care, right? Like, I do think like it would be nice if they made sure everybody would get nano, depending on like how many 6s they captured, how many 7s they captured, or just the rank on the board, kind of like how it used to be. But if they don't, it's not gonna kill me personally, so it's not gonna be the end of the world. Event duration and checkpoint settlement availability, and this is pretty nice. So it says this event lasts 5 days, where phase 1 lasts 3 days, phase 2 lasts 2 days, and this basically just changes the checkpoint and settlements availability time. I don't really think the event phase changed the time, right? Like, wasn't it always 5 days, or am I tripping? Was it a little bit different? If it was, someone tell me in the comments. And I will say, like, I was kind of confused because it says day 1 level 4 checkpoints. Where, like, does that mean at the end of day 1? Does it mean in the middle of day 1? I'm assuming that level 4 checkpoints are instantly open, and what's going to happen is it's going to be a race, right, to whoever reaches their level 6 tower first, and then you basically surround it. So I'm going to assume that you start your helipad like normal, but you want to speed build to one direction because those level 4 checkpoints are going to they're gonna be necessary to kind of pop open, right? As soon as possible, and then you want to beat the other team to the towers, basically, because whoever's there first is gonna be the defending side. That's really how it is gonna work. I'm pretty sure. And I do like that. I do like that overall, that they're probably gonna be opening these up like right off the bat, and you're not gonna have to wait a full day to actually get through them, and it's really gonna be a race. So, because I think another thing. Sorry, I keep going back on the topic, but I think another thing that was stupid was, I do think that there is a sort of, well, we grinded harder, we maybe fought over the cement more, we maybe were managing to kind of win the fights over and get more building material, right? And then if you're sitting at the checkpoint for one day, everybody's going to be able to manage to build up enough material to straight build to the level 6, right? So no matter how much of a better grinder you are, you generally can't beat them in like the need for speed type of situation. But with this, it's really going to determine who kind of has the most in the least amount of time. So day 2, level 5 checkpoints and level 6 towers are going to be opened. I mean, that's nice, I guess. I mean, the thing is, This is like a hard one because I don't know if the level fives need to be open yet, because if you're gonna be running towards the treasure cities right after maybe a big fight around I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Like, if you're not able to go towards the level 7 treasure city, you just won't, and you'll kind of compete for your level 6. That's what I'm assuming. Because, like, I don't know if, like, all fights kind of end within the day, especially if people are just doing a standstill, and they maybe play to kind of spread you thing. So, day 3, the level 7 treasure city's open. I think this actually opened on day 4, so I'm assuming they pushed everything back a day, really, more or less. Day 4, the level 6 checkpoints are opening, meaning that you can basically rush to compete for the sanctuary. I really hope that you're able to get more material faster, because I imagine like building towards the level 6 and building towards the checkpoint and having enough material within that day to end up also pushing towards the treasure city is going to be extremely hard. I find that to be like a really hard spot to be put in. So I'm assuming that the added methods of obtaining material are going to hopefully be very nice at reaping results. But basically, day 5 opens up the sanctums, and I'm assuming at the end of the day, so at the end of the day, they're probably going to just choose the winner based on whoever has it. So yeah, number 3, faction system added a prompt in phase 2 to reduce friendly fire. I mean, they could just I guess reducing friendly fire is best, because you never know with like factions that hate each other. They might just prefer to fight each other anyways, like do an infight. And in this case, even if like they're not trying to completely stop you from fighting your faction members, if that is the case maybe, but they're also trying to make sure that for factions that are working together, the friendly fire isn't like big. You know, you're not having a big issue with like hitting each other by accident. Players can pass through checkpoints occupied by other legions in their faction without capturing them, except for the level 4 checkpoints. And I'm assuming this is to stop people from maybe node knocking if you have like qualms with a faction in your group. There's also event balance. Honestly, I don't think the event balance is very bad. Or I guess the event balance actually referring to this. Okay, I thought they were like talking about matchmaking, and I was like, the matchmaking, from what I saw, was more or less better than Island Raid. So it's basically increasing maximum garrison and rally capacity of the Pioneer Watchtowers to 2 million. I don't see like this being a big change, considering like if you have 2 million troops in your watchtower, it's the same as fighting when you have 1.5 million troops in your watchtower, as long as the rallies kind of even you. You know what I mean? I don't really see how this will affect anything. Maybe a stronger rally would just do more damage in a shorter time, I guess. I mean, this is also meaning like they're going to be more anti-swarm, right? Like you're not going to want to swarm a rally that's hitting your watchtower as much either, because that thing has 500k more troops in it. But yeah, commander headquarters, checkpoints, settlements, Pioneer watchtowers, and rally squads can only receive up to 3 rally attacks at a time. I actually think that this is a nice update. I didn't mind the whole all your alliances could launch rallies, like me personally, but I do see why having like 5 rallies hitting a tower at once can be overkill. You know what I mean? Like that can definitely be overkill, because I mean, like, how are you supposed to, just being able to maintain that tower with like a 5 rally squad attack and trying to rush those like squads off your tower is pretty hard, and being able to just limit those to 3 is pretty smart. Even on like, like it says here, checkpoints, settlements, everything of the sort. So okay, so this would actually been nice, I'm pretty sure, for us the last time, because it says 3 rally attacks on a checkpoint as well. So I mean, that's going to kind of limit and make it more advantageous if you do play for a checkpoint hold, to kind of reduce how many squads are able to just siege you at once. So the raid buffs, it reduce all rally and garrison squad damage from 50% to 30%. I don't think this is a big deal. I do think that the one thing I did notice, and I was actually told about, was like, for example, if you're defending right on a tower, and let's say you're defending with Peterson, he's not like a damage specific dealer. So in general, this 50% maybe was hurting him more and helping the actual attackers more. But I will say, like, this was also like kind of a double-edged sword. For example, if we launched a rally, this 50% all damage was pretty nice to stop us from getting like our rally swarm down. But overall, like, I don't think it's like a big deal if they're lowering it or anything like that. The maximum number of watchtowers is inversely proportional to the number of alliances in the Legion, because previously this would be like all legions maybe had like 50 towers, 60 towers, right? And sorry, all alliances in the legion, but some alliances or some legions would only have like two alliances, where one legion might have four alliances, and you could spread your resources more thin. You could build more towers because of how many alliances you had. So there was a big advantage on that fact, right? So it is pretty nice they're adding a watchtower buff kind of there. Alliance building materials, capturing checkpoints, settlements, and capturing checkpoints and settlements produce alliance building materials. I kind of expected the settlements thing. I didn't think the checkpoints would also produce material. That's pretty nice. Alliance building materials, which are just distributed equally to alliances in the Legion. So if it produces, I guess, like 2k, it'll either give like 2k material to each alliance, or it'll spread that material between each of the alliances, and that overall is pretty nice. Alliance building material from the armored scavengers will split into multiple drops, adjusting pickup duration and added pickup interruption. I'm wondering if like the damage thing is still the same. Like when you when you picked up these material, it would like lower your speed and it would increase the damage taken. You know what I mean? So I'm just guessing that's still there. I don't know if like the pickup duration is going to be like slower or faster. Splitting into multiple drops, I don't think that's necessary, but I guess I can see why they do that. If like if you kill a scavenger, right, and there's other people around you who are either fighting you, or maybe it's multiple alliance members and they kind of want to split up the material more instead of all having one legion hogging it. That'd be pretty nice. New Legion markers, usable by the Legion Alliance leaders. So this is overall pretty nice, because I remember I even had like in my last bracket, like someone was placing markers and they thought I could see it, and I was like, no, I can't see that. I can't see that, dude. So being able to coordinate with your whole Legion is pretty nice using these markers. Alliance leaders may change the garrison squad leader of Legion buildings. By Legion buildings, I'm assuming that they're referring to checkpoints and settlements. Right, like that's all I can kind of come to a conclusion on, because I don't think that alliance buildings, like not alliance buildings, well, like towers and stuff, I don't think they're referring to this. But if they are, I can actually see how this could be bad, right? Like imagine you have a legion in your squad, or sorry, you have an alliance in your legion that hates you, and this can also be used to kind of sabotage like a checkpoint or something. Because what if they keep changing the garrison captain to someone who has like a gathering hero in there, because they want to sabotage you and make your damage taken as bad as possible. This could be kind of saboteur behavior, you know what I mean? I think there should be like a voting interface to kind of either like restrict people's abilities to do things, like maybe a certain alliance in your legion, or I don't know. Like I just find this to be very bad and maybe abusable worthy. See improved interface for viewing all alliances of the Legion. I'm assuming that this refers to when you start the island, because I know like last time when I was looking at the map interface, I couldn't just click on alliances in a Legion. I would have to manually go to each region, find the alliance, and click on it if I wanted to see, okay, well, this is what G1 looks like. This is what G2 looks like. Oh, I can't just click on the alliances, and I actually have to manually go and figure out, okay, well, this alliance is this strong, and, they have this many strong members. I mean, you can check it out in, like, your own Legion, right? But you can't see it in other ones. Or that's what it was before, at least. D is new key information, such as, like, notifications, such as armored scavenger resets and when settlements are contestable. I don't hate this, you know what I mean? Having notifications for armored scavengers is pretty nice, since this thing kind of annoyed the heck out of me, just in general, like the scavenger thing. So being able to be told, being like, okay, well, scavengers better spawn, or scavengers have spawned. All right, well, thank you. Now I can freaking just hop on now, instead of being chronically online and glued to my screen waiting for them to spawn. Explore ruins upgrade. I'm assuming this is referring to that event, right? That event where you're able to just basically, it's like the free-to-play one, more or less, that like it's easier for free-to-plays to kind of get armaments. So upgraded Explore the Ruins to base exploration. I guess that's just a new name. Exploration crowbars can be exchanged 1-for-1 for exploration hammers. I'm guessing that I'm guessing that crowbars right now are called hammers, so they're just going to change them for hammers, and then you can basically use them in the new event. Base exploration has 16 floors with 1 rare every 4 floors. I don't really. Is it like I don't know if that's like them trying to debuff the event, so it's like harder for you to get grabs on like good armaments. I'm not really sure. Upgraded floor and rare floor rewards. Storage cabinets can be opened in batches. I don't really understand what this stuff means. Winter Miracles event from the 18th to the 29th. So I'm guessing this is going to be a skin event, a big skin event, especially with how long the duration is. I'm guessing that this is going to be one of those big pay up ones where you can get a legendary skin, right? New squad troop skin, range squad, pulse, new squad skin, electromagnetic launcher, tank anthem. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to see what this looks like. Added new commanders within 28 days for character creation benefits. Well, it says added new commanders. I don't really see. I don't know if like. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to that, I guess. Like, they're adding new commanders, but I don't know if they're going to keep the current TC cycle if they are adding new commanders, right? For, like, older regions or all regions? Or are they going to run through the 2 cycles of range, riders, infantry, and then you hop into the new heroes? I can't really be sure about that. I'm not really completely sure. Yeah, I don't know. But it says benefits here, so it doesn't seem like it's a new hero, right? But it says added new commanders. I don't understand what that means. Like, maybe, oh, okay. So I'm actually tripping. So I'm guessing that this just means 4 new commanders, right? Like, I don't know why it's worded added new commanders. So I guess for new accounts within 28 days of character creation, meaning like when your account's made within 28 days, you get these benefits, such as economic buffs to aid development and construction, research, training, probably like faster for all of them, gathering, and resource production. New server event point bonus. Not really sure what that means. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think this update's a pretty big net positive. I do still think, like, the biggest thing I hate about this, like, the overall event, like, for the island, like, I actually like the island in general. I think the ability to work together, ability to be paired with alliances that maybe even out the whole, like, disparity you might have in like the gap of strength, for example, because you have a lot of non T6 alliances, right, who might get screwed over in island raid matchmaking, but you put them in an event like this, and they usually get, I think they get put in like a legion with someone who has T6 and can be a rally leader and can kind of pave the way for your legion, right? So I think overall this event's good. I think the biggest issue might be still people having the ability to destroy their watchtowers if they want to sabotage someone in their legion, or the ability to, like it says here, change the squad captain on these legion buildings, which I'm assuming are still going to be like settlements such as checkpoints and stuff like that. But if you want to sabotage someone, right, you could constantly change the leader to maybe a garrison hero or something like that. Like, I just think that this event does have its flaws, but overall I do think that this event is just pretty nice. I like the updates and everything like that. But yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed. You know, you guys give me your thoughts in the comment section. This was a pretty long video, me covering everything. This is like a pretty big update. So yeah, you guys have a great day or night though, and I will see you guys in the next video. And that is it to this video. So that is it. Yeah, peace out.